I recently posted this video on my platforms.
5 things to quit right now. 1. Trying to please everyone. 2. Fearing change. 3. Living in the past. 4. Putting yourself down. 5. Overthinking.
I've been living on the road.
So let's talk about them. I'm going to keep this video simple, just like a podcast. So this would be a video that you would more listen to than watch. And I have my laptop here because I did some research on all of these 5 topics that I'm about to talk about. So I'll be reading from my laptop on the notes that I took. So the first one was trying to please people. This would make you a people pleaser. So what is a people pleaser? It's a person who puts others' needs ahead before their own. Now that sounds really good, but let's look at the bad side of people pleasing. People pleasers can also have trouble advocating for themselves, which can lead to a harmful pattern of self-sacrifice and self-neglect. If you are a people pleaser, you might have a difficult time saying no. You are preoccupied with what other people might think. You feel guilty when you do tell people no. You fear that turning people down will make you think that you're mean or selfish. You agree to things that you don't like or do things you don't want to do. And the list goes on. But those are the few things that people pleasers do. They really have a low self-esteem. Really, it's a person who has low self-confidence about themselves and see themselves as lower than other people, which is not good. How do you quit being a people pleaser? Well, this is something that you do over time. Again, nothing can really be done overnight. It takes time to usually overcome anything. But really, it's the opposite of the list that I just said. If you have a difficult time saying no, this usually means whatever it is that somebody asks you to do, you always do it. You never say no. You never take the time to consider yourself when you're asked to do a task. That's something that you should do more. Consider yourself. How is this task going to benefit you? Start thinking about yourself. And the other thing that was on that list is you are preoccupied with what others might think about you. Don't be so preoccupied about something that you have zero control over. I'm going to say that again. You have zero control of what people think about you. Now, since you know that, control the things that you have 100% of controlling. And that is your thoughts. What do you think about the situation? What do you think about the task? Is it really worth my time to do that task? Someone who's a people pleaser, really, you are being disrespected. You give people way too many chances all of the time. And this is very important. How many times are you going to give somebody a chance until that person is disrespecting you? You got to move on and do your own tasks. You got to worry about yourself. Sure, give him 1, 2 chances, maybe 3 chances. After the 4th, there's really not much you can do to help that person. So don't agree to do things that you really don't want to do, especially things that take value away from you. So don't be a people pleaser and not consider yourself. Always consider yourself in every situation. Think about yourself. That does not make you selfish. That just makes you a responsible person who's taking responsibility for themselves. And that is good. The second one was fearing change. Now, our brains are wired to fear change, especially if we can't control the change. But in this situation, it's the change that we can control. Because if we can't control a situation that's about to change us, then we can't do anything about that. So whether you worry about it or not, it does not matter because you can't change it. So according to the research that I did, here's how you can tell if you fear change. You feel stuck or unhappy in a situation, yet avoid creating positive change. You stay in a falling relationship despite wanting to leave. You do not strive for an ideal career when you are miserable in your current one. You have extreme anxiety over what is going to happen in your future. You have an inability to accept life changes that are within or outside of your control. You refuse to stray from an everyday routine because you're uncertain of what will happen if you don't stick to it. So I'm going to keep it real. Some of you might be comfortable where you are, but comfort is not necessarily good. Because if you want to strive for higher goals, you are going to have to get out of your comfort zone and most likely start having a new routine that you're not used to. And that's going to require change in your life. If you think you can keep doing the same thing while expecting a different result, that's not going to happen. That's actually the definition of insanity. So if you are looking to change your life, yes, it's going to be scary. Yes, you're not going to know what your actual outcome will be. But with fear, go in it with fear, regardless, and see what will happen. Especially if you are trying to better yourself, it's going to be a good change, regardless. So if you are striving to change, change for the good, not for the bad. Don't be stuck in a miserable life when you can do something about it. Because in the end, the only person that you will blame is yourself. Don't blame the world for something that you could have done yourself. Take responsibility. The third one was living in the past. People that are living in the past, this is just associated with your thoughts. The only thing that you're thinking about, it's always in the past. What you could have done, what should have happened. Well, guess what? It does not matter because you literally cannot do anything about the past. So here's the hard truth. Just move on. But here's what I found in my research. Living in the past is usually associated with negative thoughts, which can affect your mind and health. These thoughts can lead to stress, anxiety, depression, obesity, anorexia. Living in the past basically breaks you down. It lowers your self-esteem, which could lead to something like depression. You have lower confidence in yourself, which could lead to obesity or anorexia. Depends which direction you take it. So to keep it real with you, just don't live in the past. You can think about the past. Sure, everyone thinks about the past. You can't help it. It's in your memory. Everyone does it. The difference is don't get stuck in the past and worried about what you could have done different in the past. So much so that it tears down your mind and your health. Because it's fine to think about the past and look back and see what mistakes that you made and what you learned so you can do better. That's healthy. But anything other than that, it's not healthy. So here are some ways to move forward from your past. Acknowledge what happened. Forgive yourself. That's so important. When you forgive everyone else, always remember to forgive yourself. Because if you don't forgive yourself, then it's not over yet. It's not complete. You are the last puzzle to forgiveness. Forgive yourself. Let go of the anger, resentment, and pain. Focus on the present and future, not the past. Live each day to the fullest and be grateful for what you have. Practice mindfulness. So this would be meditation. Stay busy. Staying busy just assures that your thoughts are staying in the present moment of what you're doing instead of the past. Remember that mistakes are opportunities to be learned. The fourth one was putting yourself down. If you've done everything that you can do within your power, there's no reason that you should put yourself down. You are not perfect. You are going to win. You are going to lose. Even if you've done your very best. It's part of life. So I'm going to keep this one short. Here are some ways overcoming putting yourself down. Make a list of good things that you've done and things you like about yourself. Start your day with daily affirmations. This could be like going in the mirror and telling yourself, I look good, I am smart, I am confident. It sounds stupid, but it works. And if it works, do it. It's going to help you mentally. It's going to help you be more confident about yourself. They're called affirmations for a reason. It's to help you affirm to yourself that that's the person that you are smart, that you are confident. You know you're not perfect, but you are still these things. Halt negative talk. Have positive talks instead. Treat yourself like a friend. Look, you need to be your own best friend, because at the end of the day, the person who's going to help you the most in this life is you. And here's another one: forgive your mistakes. I talked about it before. If you're going to forgive everyone else's mistakes, you can't leave yourself out. Forgive your mistakes. You make mistakes. You've made them in the past. You might be making them right now, and you'll make them in the future. It's a cycle that's never going to go away. But forgive yourself for your mistakes so you can move on. And the fifth one, the last one: overthinking. Now, some people don't think overthinking is bad. It's probably because they don't know what overthinking is. Overthinking isn't deciding whether you should go to Target or Walmart to get groceries. No, overthinkers, it's endless. They have like thought loops that just intertwine over and over again, thinking about different things that some of them make sense and some of them just don't make sense at all. What if I do this? What's going to happen? But if I do this, this will happen. Maybe I shouldn't do it. Blah, 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 blah. It's just overthinking. It does not help you at all make a decision. So here's what I found. Overthinking can create an endless cycle of stress and worry, which can ultimately cause you to feel less prepared, motivated, and confident. It can also play a role in mental health issues like anxiety and depression. So it is important to find ways to break out of such destructive thought patterns. That's what overthinking is. So here are some ways to stop overthinking. Distract yourself. Rather than sit and think about a problem for an endless amount of time, you can distract yourself for a bit. Challenge negative thoughts. Remind yourself that your thoughts are not facts. Every thought you have will not be truthful, accurate, or even realistic. Learning how to reframe them in a more positive way can help you relieve the tendency of overthinking. Work on your interpersonal skills. Studies have found that improving your interpersonal skills can help stop you from overthinking, since these skills have a large effect on this particular habit. Now, the key at the end of that sentence was habit. So overthinking is a bad habit. So realizing that you're overthinking at the time that you're overthinking, you can stop it. So always be self-aware of your situation and your thoughts. Another thing that can help you stop overthinking is meditating. Meditation can be an excellent tool for redirecting your thoughts more positively. Work on focusing on your breath. The goal is not to clear your mind, but rather to focus it on something and practice redirecting your focus whenever your thoughts wander. Not a lot of people do meditation. If that's you, I would highly suggest doing meditation if you're an overthinker. If you liked this video, subscribe for more videos like this.